Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday. Let's hope it's not as crazy as it was yesterday, but if it is, I'll be here. Crazy as it is. Okay, fortunately, I've still got a voice left. I may sound a little hoarse, but yeah, 6 videos and a live stream. that, hopefully, that never happens again. But who knows? I get a feeling on the election night, it's going to be a Tuesday. Get the feeling that's going to be a long live stream. So we may do live election coverage, but we'll see what happens. Okay. So I think I've finally figured out the core difference between conservative patriots and liberal globalists. And it comes down to this. The liberals are all me, 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 me. You know that, right? And the conservatives are more us, 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 us. You know, we have a tendency to think about the benefit of everybody as a whole, where a liberal thinks, you know, how's this good for me? And that's it, right? That couldn't be more obvious than what's going on with gas prices, okay? And particularly the potato in chief and his latest announcement of the release of another 10 to 15 million barrels of oil from our strategic petroleum reserve. Okay. He wants to bring gas prices down. Not because it's a benefit to all of us, but because he needs gas prices to come down before the election, before the midterms. So he has something to say, look, I brought gas prices down. Because remember, he's got the memory of a gnat, all right? The reason gas prices are $4, $5, $6, $7 a gallon in some places is because of the idiocy of the left, okay? We've got to close Anwar. We've got to shut down the Keystone Pipeline. We've got to stop drilling. We've got to stop fracking, yada, yada, yada. Oh, and now we have gas prices go up because we're at the mercy of OPEC buying gas at whatever they decide is going to benefit their economy. Okay. So it's really funny when Joe announces that he's going to release these 10 to 15 million barrels of oil, okay, from our emergency oil reserves. And mind you this, I want to give you what the SPR is, Strategic Petroleum Reserve. The SPR is our storage of fuel for the military to defend the United States. So in a situation of utter chaos, war, the military's not running around going, where the hell am I going to fill up my tank? Okay. You know, think about this. Remember, we mentioned this movie occasionally. A lot of us have watched. Remember the original Red Dawn movie? Okay. Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, that one. Okay. You remember the scene in there where the guys pull up in a tank to the gas station? Yeah, okay. That's what we're trying to avoid, that we don't need it. So Biden is going to release 10 to 15 million barrels. Mind you, that will put him over 200 million barrels of oil released from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. That's more than every other president combined has released from the SPR, okay? When this is complete, we will be at the lowest level of oil reserves since 1983, when Ronald Reagan was trying to rebuild it after Jimmy Carter depleted it, all right? Now, when were we at some of the highest levels ever of the SPR? Oh, that would be under 45. Just saying, okay? So we've gone, like everything else, from the best we were to the worst we were in less than 2 years under this administration. You know, so kind of like everything else, we went from the lowest black unemployment, Hispanic unemployment, Asian unemployment, female unemployment, to ridiculous. I told you about poverty levels the other day. Okay, hey, let's just double the poverty level. That's these are the accomplishments that we have. But this is the thing when I say me versus us. Okay, Joe isn't concerned about reducing prices to help you and me. Okay, he's worried about it to help himself. He's just going to portray it as it's helping all of us. Remember, he's coming out all over the place and saying, "Look, I've brought gas prices down over $1 a gallon, yada da da da." Yeah, Joe, you have. Okay, but the problem is you also had them up over $3 a gallon. Okay, so congratulations, you more than doubled the gas prices, but only brought it down by a third. Okay. You can't take credit for everything that goes up and not take responsibility for when it goes down. Life doesn't work that way. You can't pick and choose what is, you're responsible for in whatever you're in control of. Okay. I can't say, "Look at me, I pay the car payment," and the mortgage isn't paid, and go, "Well, that's somebody else's fault." It doesn't work that way. All right. You got a responsibility for the whole thing. This is the fundamental difference that keeps the parties apart. We, the conservatives, try to think about things that will benefit the nation as a whole, as opposed to just benefiting one of us. When you look at what Joe is doing, and I talked about this here last night, we're giving away the farm. Okay? SPR, we've given God knows how many barrels of oil, millions of barrels of oil to China. Why are we giving our military fuel to our enemy? Somebody please explain that one to me. Okay? We're giving away natural gas to Europe because they're in a crisis. But yesterday I was telling you about the story that New England is facing blackouts this winter because there's not enough natural gas to generate electricity. We're giving away food to countries all over the world while our grocery store prices are going through the roof. Supply and demand is the reason for that one. Okay, demand outstrips supply. We've given away a third of our military armament to Ukraine. I was watching Glenn Beck yesterday, and apparently we have given Ukraine every single howitzer that we own. We have none. Okay. Eventually we run out. Okay. Margaret Thatcher said, problem with socialism is eventually you run out of other people's money. The problem with Joe Biden is eventually you run out of other people's everything. I mean, we're getting to the point where we can't, let's not say we're getting to the point. We're already at the point where we can't help the rest of the world. We don't have it. Any help that we are giving to the rest of the world is at the detriment to us, okay? But Joe isn't concerned about us. Joe is only concerned about me. How can I keep my party in power? That's the only thing that matters. It's time a lot more people in this country start thinking about us than thinking about me. Pinball out.